We're going to be canning some cherry pie filling today.
We usually use this home preserving ball. It's from Ball cookbook, preserving book, however you want to put that. But we're going to be going from this recipe in here and using the guidelines of this cookbook.
So we have our jar soaking in some hot water along with our lids for our jars, and they explain how to do this in the book.
Clean jars, they're sitting here waiting on us. I put them in hot water to keep them hot. And then this is some boiling water that we've taken off the stove, and we put our canning lids in that.
So we're going to get this boy boiling. So in our pot, we are going to whisk together 3.5 cups of sugar, 1 cup of clear gel, and you can get this at an Amish bulk store. A teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon. I'm just going to whisk that together.
It's 4 cups of cherry juice that we've strained off. We got our cherries strained in here. So we've strained off this, there's more down in there, but we're only using 4 cups of it. So we're going to mix that in. Okay, we put the fire on. We want to cook this. We want to cook this until it gets nice and thick and bubbly. Okay, so as you can see, hopefully, this is getting thick and it's really, really hot. So we're going to add our lemon juice now.
1/4 cup.
1/4 cup, right. And get that mixed in. Gonna let that go for 1 minute. Okay, now we're gonna add our cherries. I'm gonna do this all at once. Mix those in. Make sure your heat is on medium. We're just wanting to heat those cherries up so everything's nice and hot for when we get to can it. Okay, we've taken our cherries off of the stove. We're going to now ladle them into our jars. You want to ladle them down in there and leave a 1-inch head space. she's going to knock out any air bubbles. You just put it in and pull it. Let me see if I can pull you closer. So you want 1 inch headspace now. We're gonna go on and do the rest of our jars. Okay, want to do that one? If you get it a little too full, you can always take a little out with a spoon. Okay, we had just a little, about 9 and just a smidge more pounds of cherries, and we ended up with 2 quarts and 1 pint. So make sure you get 10 pounds if you want 4 quarts of cherry pie filling. 8 pints or 4 quarts is what the recipe says. Ours didn't quite do that, and that's probably because I didn't have the full 10 pounds. It was a little over 9 of the cherries.
Take a clean rag, and we're just going to put some vinegar on it.
White vinegar.
And then we're just gonna wipe the rims really well with the vinegar spot.
The reason that you put white vinegar on there is it'll clean up any yuck on the jar that might have gotten on there that will keep it from having a good seal. I'll get the bands if you want to.
And then we just have this little magnet, and we're going to grab the lids out of the hot water and place them on the jar. And try not to touch this little orange seal portion. We don't want any oils or anything touching that.
Very good. Okay. You just want to do them fingertip tight. So you just, all that means is you put this ring on, and when you feel resistance, you just give it a little snug up. Not too tight.
Now we're gonna put these jars in the water bath canner and can them for 35 minutes.
Pints and quarts don't normally get to be in the water bath at the same time. You usually have to do them separately because one usually takes a little longer than the other. But for this recipe, you get to put them in at the same time. And if your water doesn't cover, you have to put more boiling water in there. Be covering your lids of your jars, so about 1 inch. So we're going to have to add boiling water to this. Okay, so our water bath is ready to go here. We're going to cover him up, and we're going to wait till he regains a boil, and then we're going to boil him for the 35 minutes. So we have to wait till he begins to boil again before we start our timing, okay, our timing process. I don't typically do a partial canning. I feel like if I'm doing 3 jars, it actually holds 7, so I may as well do the 7, right? But for this purpose and for letting y'all see how we go about canning pie filling, I wanted you just to see. So that's not typical for me. If anyone sees, just trying to show y'all, I don't typically do that. Okay, so he's boiling up nice and pretty like, and we're gonna start our timer. 35 minutes. Okay guys, it's time to take them out. So we're gonna let them breathe for about 5 minutes. You want to just let that, you don't want to pull them out into the cool air, even though it's not really cold in here, but you just always want to have safe practices when you're doing canning. So we're gonna let them, some of that steam rise out of there for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna take them out. Here we go. Here. Okay, so we're just gonna let them sit there, and you'll hear pop, pop, pop. That's like a canner's dream sound because it means they're all sealing. And so we're just gonna let them sit there and cool off. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget,
Keep it simple
and fun. Also, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss any of these fun videos.